From a huge Christmas gala to a Secret Santa in disguise, today we're comparing the best Christmas movies and going over who did it better, Hallmark or GAC family. Something about holiday movies just brings out the best in people. Regardless of the type of Christmas movie you enjoy, everyone has their favorites. Let's get started with our first movie from Hallmark, which is the ever so famous If I Only Had Christmas, a 2020 film featuring Candace Cameron Bure and Warren Christie, starring with Bure's character, who is a publicist named Darcy Gale, who is on the cusp of a promotion. When she is passed over again, she looks for a new client in William Austin, a mysterious businessman in need of a public relations firm. When things don't go as planned, she ends up working with Glenn Goodman, played by Warren Christie, and the Emerald Education Trust, the company's charitable foundation. Gradually, Darcy and Glenn come to understand how much they have in common. However, Glenn's unexpected revelation at the huge Christmas gala may put an end to their budding romance before it even begins. Many evaluations stated that folks were perplexed for the first hour about what the female lead was meant to be doing. We'd be lying if we said there was anything unexpected about this film. We predicted the finish inside the first 10 minutes, but that's fine. Candace and Warren make an adorable couple. They carry the film throughout its predictable plot. The plot of the Christmas film is said to be comparable to that of The Wizard of Oz. However, Bure stated that there are only a few references to the film. In an interview with Today, she summed up the entire plot with just a few words. She said,
The whole theme of the movie is that there's no place like home.
This was not only an amazing Christmas movie, but it also had magical elements to it. But this next movie from GAC managed to top this one with just a little bit more mystery. How about a lovely lady who disguises herself as a secret Santa to aid her town? Will her cover be blown? Suspense and more suspense. Yes, we're talking about A Kind-Hearted Christmas. Alice Leet's 2021 film stars Cameron Matheson and Jenny Garth as your favorite heartthrobs. Jamie, played by Jenny Garth, is the proprietor of a small-town tour firm who has difficult time navigating the holidays after the death of her husband. This husband we're referring to habitually shared the joy of giving to others every Christmas, and Jamie finds the perfect opportunity. After viewing it on the news, Jamie is motivated to make an anonymous donation to a local fundraiser as the entire community gets into the holiday spirit. Scott, played by Cameron Matheson, a newscaster, had just arrived in town to find out the Secret Santa really is. Jamie meets Scott while remaining nameless. She strives to keep her secret hidden while still pursuing a new romance. But how long will Jamie keep the secret from Scott? Would Scott feel overjoyed or betrayed to know Jamie's truth? We'll leave it at that for now. A Kind-Hearted Christmas is Jenny and Matheson's second movie together, and we hope this pair keeps making more. In an interview with News Channel 8, they were asked about their chemistry, and this is what Matheson had to say about working with Jenny Garth.
Like what most people would see is just like a regular scene, and see something funny in it and bring humor to it and spontaneity. And
needless to say, when they heard that their favorite star is making a comeback in a holiday film, fans were thrilled. Even if you have to acknowledge that it wasn't spectacular, the movie did not disappoint. The movie, according to fans, had a lot of drama, which made it more engaging. The ending twist, albeit Matheson's rage issues in the film, felt a little too much. Many individuals believe that even though their chemistry was perfect, there was something amiss that we couldn't quite pin down. Overall, A Kind-Hearted Christmas is a lovely holiday movie, and Cameron Matheson and Jenny Garth both gave stellar performances. The acting by Matheson as Scott is heartfelt and moving, while Jenny Garth is just as fantastic. As a result, there's no doubt why this movie received top ratings. But while we're talking about Christmas time and romance, this next movie from Hallmark did a way better job. Well, it had the perfect plot, the perfect casting, and it was everything royal. What more can you ask for? We're talking about the heartwarming movie, Christmas with a Prince. The story revolves around Tash, played by Caitlin Lieb, a stunning pediatric oncologist in charge of a hospital unit. In this Hallmark movie, she attended boarding school with Prince Alexander years ago, along with her nurse brother, Jeff Josh Dean, played by Nick Hunslow. Even though Alexander has already shared his mishap on social media, the prince, who has a reputation of being an impulsive, charming playboy, asked Jeff if he may recover in Tash's pediatric ward out of the public eye. Now, let's remind you that Alexander had turned down Tasha's request for a date when she was a teenager. She had a crush on the spoiled prince, but also held hate and animosity towards him, and she didn't want the royal taking up space in her children's ward. Of course, romance results from this. Self-absorbed Alexander gains the ability to be kind to children. He starts to develop compassion, which strikes a chord with Tash and his father, the Charles Sean Gessney portrayed king. Tasha's bitterness fades, but she now has to deal with Alexander's snobby acquaintances and social circle. Can they figure out how to make it work? Christmas with a Prince is a straightforward Christmas-themed romance, much like the other films in a genre of films about normal people discovering holiday love with royalty. The acting is amazing, and it appears that casting was done more for good teeth than artistic talent. In terms of the plot, it will sound nitpicky to point out that if Alexander truly desired a private convalescence, his father, the king, could have flown him to their castle, or at the very least, some upscale private hospital. Christmas with the Prince is not entirely lovey-dovey, but it does instill renewed faith in lost relationships. If you love kids, the environment is wonderful and charming. In an interview with the Must Watch show, this is what she thought about the movie.
I mean, it's just something that's kind of like a fairy tale. I mean, who doesn't want to be a princess and meet a prince?
Yeah.
Even though the movie is pretty unrealistic, it still touches people's hearts with the magic that it portrays on screen. After all, it's all about making the impossible possible. But while talking about royal movies with a Christmas theme, GAC went overboard and gave its best with this movie, where a mere interview blossoms into a full-fledged romance. This movie is packed with several moments that will make you go, "Aww." Well, here is a GAC family's attempt to make your holidays a little better. Royally Wrapped for Christmas. In the movie, the royal family that administers the foundation invites Lindsay Palmer, played by Jen Lilly, the New York director of a large international charity, to the Kingdom of Veronia for an interview for the position of managing the entire enterprise. Lindsay finds true love with Prince Aidan, played by Brendan Fair, after going through the interview procedure. Whether it was a dreamy fairy tale or not, in real life, this movie was like a dream for Jen Lilly. In 2011, Lilly started working with the organization and is open about her advocacy for children's safety and well-being. She told City Lifestyle, "Personally, becoming a foster and adoptive parent via Child Help and working to establish the Tulsa Girls Home are my greatest successes," she said. On the Hallmark Happenings podcast, Jen was asked about her experience with working in a Christmas movie, and this is what she had to say.
And I'm so honored to be, part of a project that represents charity.
This 2021 movie has won a lot of fans for its original plot and narration. Brendan Fair and Jen Lilly, two well-known actors who are partnered with one another, have a sizzling on-screen chemistry. The movie is literally full of joy and excitement. With its endearing characters and their gorgeous gestures and elegance, this wonderful film melts our hearts. Talk about a movie with a heartwarming message and royalty, and this movie simply nails it. But what is a Christmas movie without music, dance, and party? Well, that's Hallmark's answer to GAC's movie filled with drama. Deemed as a go-to channel for the best Christmas movies, Hallmark seems to have aced it once again with Christmas at Dollywood. And to make it all the more special, the network went one step further and roped in singer-songwriter Dolly Parton to play a crucial part in the movie. Starring your favorite actors Danica McKellar and Niall Matter, in this movie, single mom and award-winning Broadway producer Rachel Lewis, played by McKellar, learns that investors have mismanaged her most recent theatrical production, which had to be a holiday spectacular, went into bankruptcy, causing the show to close before it even opened. Dismayed, Rachel's buddy calls from Tennessee to inform her of a chance to stage a show for the Smoky Mountain Christmas Festival at Dollywood's 20th anniversary. The only warning? Rachel will have to cooperate with Luke Hackman, the park's new general manager who views the holiday show as a stepping stone to that position. Rachel and Luke come to the realization that love may happen in the most unexpected of places as they make concessions to appease their employer. Danica McKellar mentioned in an interview how her children's book helped inspire Christmas at Dollywood, saying,
"My book, Goodnight Numbers," which I think you have.
I do have it. Here we go.
Yeah, and that one was selected by Dolly Parton's Imagination Library.
While the cast did an amazing time shooting scenes with the iconic Dolly Parton, fans were treated with the spectacular movie. Although predictable, this movie was so good that it will always top the charts for being a fan favorite. And with Hallmark throwing its best bet on a real-life superstar, how could GAC sit back and relax? And that's why they reached out to a star from Netflix's hit series Lucifer. Can you guess who? Yes, we're talking about Amy Garcia, who featured in the famous Christmas movie, Christmas Is You. In this movie, Kemp Street Management in New York City, Emma Bloom's employer gives her a rather special order. She has to go home for the holidays and persuade Tyler Thorne, her ex-high school flame and a national recording artist, to sign up with their organization. Emma is a competent assistant, but her ultimate goal is to become a singer and composer. Tyler is spending the Christmas at home in Vermont for the first time in years after sacking his manager. When Emma and Tyler get to their hometown, they are thrown into a last-ditch effort to save the annual Christmas Carol celebration, which is why they're first sang in the choir together as children. Will old times ring in new chimes? Well, we'll keep coming back with more amazing content, and all you have to do is drop a like and subscribe to our channel. From movie reviews to the latest releases, we'll be covering all of them right here on our channel. So don't waste any more time and just subscribe. With that out of the way, let's head back to how fans reacted to Christmas Is You. Fans simply loved the movie, and so did we. It was also amazing to see the Lucifer star slaying. The star was praised for her flawless acting skills on the Kelly Clarkson show.
All the moves and the sexy faces, yeah.
Oh, wait, there's an art to the, well, which we'll get into later with the hair whip and the sexy face, but I may not have you in my ear.
The movie contains some intriguing details and characters, such as Christina, whose cheery and free-spirited vibes really win our hearts, and her abuela, who is no less free-spirited. So, which channel do you think does Christmas movies better? Do you prefer Hallmark or GAC? We've gone the extra mile and made an assessment to help you make a decision. All you have to do is dive deeper into our channel and you'll find more content comparing these big networks. Thanks for watching. Until next time.